nostalgia just hits different. Now, I don't know what effect the financial housing crisis had that made seemingly every game of the 2000s turn into a banger, but it definitely gave some great background noise. Just build the house. Just build the house. Childhood. But don't worry, today I'm not just here to dangle some nostalgia keys in front of your stupid little face for easy views. Mostly, but I also really want to explore this idea of nostalgia, why we get it, why it makes us sad, why Dad was yelling at Mom so much, and really, why I think it's the most important emotion humans can experience. And I also wanted you to just click on the video because, So, what even is nostalgia, and why are we only looking at the gaming side of it? I mean, I get nostalgic about things all the time, like Zoo Pals and those weird cart things. So what's really the difference I feel for all these things and, well, video games? First, let's ask the simple question of what is nostalgia? According to Google, it's a sentimental longing or wistful affection for the past, but there's just something about this definition that feels off to me, so I want you to guess what it is. Is it A, too simple, B, too happy, or is it C, forgetting the abject horror and misery of growing up and never being able to travel to the past and relive those memories because you're stuck on a ride with no brakes, no stopping, and one unavoidable deadline? Yay! This definition sucks because for many people, including myself, nostalgia isn't just a simple longing or wistful affection, it's sadness. It's seeing images like these from your childhood and feeling your stomach begin to knot without even really knowing why. And I use the word childhood there very loosely because I've seen a lot of people toss nostalgia up, nothing more than us remembering the first crayon we ate as the favorite. You know, the whole sky seems to be so much brighter as a kid thing, which I take personal offense to given that, you know, my inability to see them. It's very important to realize that nostalgia isn't just exclusive to childhood memories. I mean, I find myself getting nostalgic for things as recent as my 20-year-old friend's Minecraft world from over COVID called Batsupeo. Please don't cancel me for this. I don't know why we did this. I swear to God, it was the beginning of lockdown. We were just kids. I didn't mean it. Guys. This nostalgia seemingly is a mental booby trap, hiding in the shadowy folds of your brain, just waiting for you to remember the right thing, only to remind you that it's never going to happen again, and you should be really, really sad about that. Aw. Except for games. Because unlike every other instance of something old that sets off that nostalgia trap in our brains, the crazy thing about having nostalgia for video games is, well, we can go back and replay them. You can hop on that old Minecraft world, revisit Mario Galaxy, Yoshi's Island, Pop Tropica, or even go back to that shady guy who made you call him Papa and experience those great times all over again. Oh my God. And really, it's this replayability of these memories that allows us to shine some light between those folds and try to understand nostalgia as we're experiencing it, and seemingly what triggered it as we go back to play those old games. And yeah, you might have some fun meeting up with these old friends. A lot of games I'm fond of undeniably hold up today from a gameplay perspective, and yet, as I'm replaying them and going back to these classics, that yearning nostalgic feeling doesn't go away. If anything, it's unsatisfied and gets stronger. Levels that once felt addicting seem trivial. Worlds that I remember feeling so alive feel dull and gray. The rush is fading while the yearning only grows, and suddenly after a few hours of playing, man, this game sucks. It's here that I was dumbfounded. I mean, if nostalgia is simply the longing for an event or place with happy memories, why is this feeling still here? I'm crossing the finish line of Mario Kart like I used to, cracking skulls in Arkham City, and hell, I'm even reusing PictoChat, yet the feeling isn't satisfied. Despite recreating the exact moment you looked back on so fondly, the rush simply isn't there. So what gives? Why do old games make me so sad?
He said it!
Now, before we get to answer that titular question, I want to point out that nostalgia doesn't just affect how we view the past, but actually has a huge impact on how we view the present as well. It takes one look at the YouTube landscape of tributes and critiques and gaming changed videos that are constantly trending, and you really get a sense of, oh shit, maybe today really does suck. And don't get me wrong, as the insert dev team sucks guy, I'm not blind to the issues of the industry. Live service sucks, games release more and more broken. Some are probably mining fucking Bitcoin in the background as you're playing them, but guys, let's take those rose-tinted glasses off for a second. You can see a lot of what I'm talking about in those piss-poor critiques of modern Minecraft or Fortnite not feeling the same, and I've noticed this general sentiment that games aren't what they used to be, or whatever weird shit Dr. Disrespect his wife is getting angry about this week.
I can't do this game anymore. I don't want to do this game. Ooh, no. This game is just not fun. It's for phony kids that don't know anything about video games,
Really, it just feels like a lot of bitterness rooted in nostalgia, and to prove that, I want you to ask yourself one simple question. What's changed? The games you used to play are updated or long gone. Series that used to conquer have been mishandled, taken in horrific directions, or simply murdered, and the games that stayed around feel completely different now. The movement's changed, the hill is bigger. Regardless of what's happened, the games are just releasing more and more broken that really, there's no point in buying anything new. Today, games are really just being made for the money without any fun or creative spark like they used to be. God, I miss the old shut the fuck up. In the year 2023, we have some of the best gaming in the history of, well, ever. Whether it's Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, Fortnite, Pizza Tower, or the record number of indie games alone released this year, it's undeniable that 2023 is one of the best years for gaming ever, and I find it hard to argue anything other than games are only getting better each year. Whether it's Red Dead 1 to 2, No Man's Sky at launch until now, and even Starfield, which, yeah, maybe it just should have came out like, 5 years ago, but guys, we are in a gaming renaissance, and yet for so many, that's being clouded by nostalgia, and gaming just doesn't hit the same. So I ask again, what's changed? This time it's not the updates. It's not the games that are coming out. That nostalgic feeling's still there, isn't it? No matter how many rounds you play, how often you try to revisit those memories, or even recreate the scenarios that you have in your head from before, it doesn't feel the same, right? Regardless if the experience is from the past or the present, why does nostalgia still keep eating at me? Nostalgia isn't just missing a game you used to play or a place you used to hang out at. It isn't the stuff you used to use, music you used to listen to, or really anything physical at all. Nostalgia is longing for a life you used to live. It's missing when your friends were all locked down at home and online, when you had less responsibilities, when that old game was new to you, when you didn't have to wake up early that next day, or simply when you had a good laugh. We see the things that make us feel nostalgic and go to them to give us that joy back, but really, they're just triggers. Momentary reminders of people that we used to be, a place we used to be, and unfortunately, it's a place we can never go back to. Hey, didn't you say nostalgia was one of the best emotions we can experience? It's like, all of that you just said, it kind of sucks. Well, what you have to remember is nostalgia is an emotion just like any other, and if you don't know how to process or manage it, it's probably gonna suck. Take that little thought process we just had of, ooh, games coming out now suck because they aren't like the games I used to play, but those games suck too because they don't live up to my unrealistic expectations I've created in my head over the course of years. That right there. That's unchecked nostalgia. Remembering the past in an unhealthy way, idolizing what happened then, so much so that you don't enjoy what's happening now. It's like unchecked anger or jealousy or self-loathing or any other emotion where, yeah, if you just let it fester and you don't nurture it and you don't understand how to process it, it's gonna get nasty. And you know what I love about nostalgia? I absolutely adore Arkham City. Anytime I see a clip from it or anything else like that, I get flooded with those warm, gooey, nostalgic feelings and honestly hold it up as the best superhero game ever made. And my memories from playing that game, to me right now, are genuinely some of the best memories I have from growing up, period. But you know what's crazy about that? I was playing it at one of the worst times of my life. Yeah, that's right. That bit at the beginning, funny, right? The only reason I even owned it is because my dad wanted me to have a game console to play at his house on the weekends, and despite it being my only interest, didn't even realize I had a PS3 at mom's, so that was all I played. Every weekend. For 2 years. While he slept on the couch. Maybe that's why I crave attention. But seriously, I think you could tell by the tone of my voice that I have no angst about the situation that surrounded me being introduced to this game. The various fights that took place in the background because, well, nostalgia simply has me remembering the fun. Think about it. How many games, activities, or even settings do you have such a nostalgic feeling towards, but when you really think about it, your life around the times of those things was actually kind of shit. And I still don't know what the financial housing crisis really put into the video games at the time, but you know what I do know? 40% of you watching this probably witnessed a divorce while you were playing Wii Sports. So, hey, at least we all have that in common. Nostalgia isn't just remembering the good times. It's your brain's built-in optimism. It's letting you move forward, remembering the good parts of even the worst moments possible, and realizing that, for me, nostalgia isn't a sad, melancholy thing. It's a warm memory of times, places, people in the past that were funny, happy, exciting, or even just alright, and it makes us happy to think of all of those things that happened to us, not sad, but bittersweet. It's like your life story has a built-in editor, making sure you know, well, hey, it wasn't all bad. Sure, I miss the people that are gone now. The friends I used to turn next to on the bus that might be states away or completely different people from who I remember, but I still have those memories. Images like these or videos just like this don't make me cry because I'm a sad, broken person. No, that's completely unrelated. They make me cry because life's been good. People have been good, and most importantly, I know that thanks to nostalgia, I'll look back on a day with the same fondness that I do of Batsu Bay, Arkham City, and even Mario Kart, so I might as well enjoy it now. This is usually the part of the video where I'd thank you for subscribing or watching, but guess what? You did that for free. And while I appreciate that, it's really weird to me that I set up a Patreon and immediately 2 people subscribed. I can't tell you, X-Wing, Henry Silver, genuinely, how much this means to me. This is the night that I set it up and you guys subscribed instantly, and I'm gonna be honest, it's just surreal. I appreciate you so much. I really don't make a lot of money doing this, so really anything helps. I'm kind of just doing this in my free time right now, so really, if you'd like to donate or do anything else, there's a link below, but I love you guys. These guys more, though. I love them more.